All right, now I'm pretty excited about this course because not only is this something that's really fun for me doing this, the actual site flipping, but showing other people how to do it is really cool because this is something that really is easy. It's not a scam type of thing. You know, there's a lot of gimmick stuff out there where people say, hey, push this button and make $1 million. None of that stuff works. But site flipping is something that really does. And if you're kind of like got the mentality that you like, geeky, techie kind of stuff, I know me personally, the reason site flipping was so attractive to me is because it allowed me to do exactly what I love doing. And that is from the technical side of it, doing all the research and picking cool stuff, putting it all together, building a site, and then bam, it's done. And I don't want to do anything after that. I don't want to try to send a whole bunch of traffic to the site necessarily, right? I like setting the site up. I like that part of it. But really, it doesn't matter if that's not your favorite thing to do because it is so easy to actually do it, especially with what I'm going to be talking to you about. It's kind of a little bit of a different twist on what most people do out there. Most people for site flipping, I'll get into all the details here in just a little bit, but most people start from scratch or they use very lame generic templates, and that's just not cool. It just doesn't work. We're going to talk about how I earned $1,200 in 2 days flipping websites and now why I do this full time, as in this is my baby. Okay, love doing this. So let's talk about exactly what site flipping is. In a nutshell, it is where you go out and either you buy an existing website or you set up your own website, and then you want to sell that site for profit. So your goal is get the site and then sell it to somebody else and make some money. The way that you do that is by improving on the site. You have to give it more value. You have to make it worth something. An idea isn't worth much, okay? But something tangible, something that's ready to go, that's worth something. What we're going to be talking about doing here is literally taking an idea, taking a niche, finding a hot niche, and then getting a product for that niche and setting up a website that literally is turnkey. In other words, somebody can come along, they can buy your site. All they have to do is maybe update, the PayPal link code, that kind of stuff. And they are going to actually have a business already set up and ready to go. If they send traffic to it, bam, that's it, makes money. Okay, really, and believe it or not, this is pretty simple to do. And the reason that it's so cool is because a lot of people, there's a lot of newbies out there, and there's also a lot of people that maybe they're not newbies, but they don't want to, mess around with all the technical stuff. And what they end up usually doing is outsourcing it. They end up outsourcing somebody to set up their website. They outsource somebody to create content for them. They outsource somebody to, connect all the dots and make it where it actually works and does something. And then they send traffic to it. Well, what you're doing is you're saying, hey, I'm just going to do all that for you for one price. You just pay. This is already done. You don't have to wait and screw around with waiting for people to contact you and telling them how to do this and that and, waiting. You got to – that's one thing about outsourcing is you got to coordinate everything with everybody, right? Because you got a guy doing graphics. You got a guy writing content. You got a guy doing the web programming and all that kind of stuff. Forget it. You're providing something that is ready to go, turnkey. They buy it. Like I said, all they do is update their payment information on the site, and bam, done deal. And a lot of people are willing to not only pay what they would pay for outsourcing, but they're willing to pay more, a premium, because it's already done. That cuts out all of their management that they've got to fool with. So it's already set and ready to go. Now, we're going to be focusing on Flippa. There are other sites that you can use if you want to, but the reason that we're focusing on Flippa is because it is a huge site. Okay, but basically, it is an auction-based resource for buying and selling websites. So let's say you are looking for a website that's already, up and running. You want a domain name, you want some content there, that kind of thing. You go to Flippa, you do a little poking around, and you find something, and you can bid on it. They also have buy it now options there. So sometimes people can list with a buy it now price, and you just buy it. And as a site creator, which is what we're going to approach this from, you go there and you list your website in an auction environment, and people are going to bid on it. And I'm going to show you at the end of this training, I'm going to show you some killer tricks to get tons of rabid buyers bidding on your auctions on your websites. Okay. In our next video, we are going to take a look at the business model overview. I want you to have kind of a heads up as far as what we're going to be dealing with and what the different videos are going to be about. So I'm going to give you kind of a brief description, and then we will jump right in. Fortunately, what we're going to be doing actually can be laid out, in a step-by-step kind of process. And it's something that really one person can do fairly quickly, as a matter of fact. I would say probably the first time you do this, it'll take you a weekend. Okay, so, if you're working or whatever, if you got a regular job, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of time on it. You can do one of these in a weekend your first time. Honestly, if I'm really looking to move quickly on something, I can do it in like 2 evenings. Okay, and for the most part, a lot of that, granted, it's because I've been doing this a lot. I've been doing it a long time, and I really know what I'm doing, and I'm proficient in all of the programs that I have to use. But, you can get there fairly quickly. So let's go ahead and take a look at an overview of what is involved. I want you to know, beforehand, like it's good to have like a bird's eye view, right? So you can tell this is everything that is going to be involved, and what puzzles fit where, so you can kind of see the big picture. First off, we want to find a hot niche. So we've got some research that we're going to be doing. I'm going to show you tools that you can use, places that you can go where you can find out what people are looking for, because this is probably the single most important thing that you do. Okay, and really in any internet marketing type business, but in this especially, is you've got to find what people want. Let me tell you a quick story. If you go out and find something that you think is really cool, but nobody else is interested in it, you're going to spend a whole bunch of time putting together something that is going to be worthless. Okay, and let me tell you the story to illustrate it. If you go out and go fishing, and I don't do a whole lot of fishing, okay? I used to when I lived in Florida. I did a lot more fishing. I don't do so much now, but I do know this about fishing. You do not go into your tackle box and find just what your favorite lure is and throw it out in whatever water you see and expect to do good with it. Okay, because there are certain kinds of bait and lures that work for certain kinds of fish. There are certain places where those certain kinds of fish hang out. There are certain times of the day that you want to be there. All of that comes into play to help you select what it is that you're wanting to target and how you will target it. Right? You don't go out and pick the lure first and then hope for the best in the water. You say, okay, I'm going crappie fishing, or I want catfish, or I'm going to try to get some trout or sailfish. You're going to pick what it is that you're looking for, and then you will tailor everything around that. So, do you go out and just find some water and whatever fish happens to be there, that's great? Not really. Not if you're really wanting to. I mean, if you're just wanting to waste an afternoon and relax, then that's fine. But if you're wanting to fill an ice chest full of fish, I used to have a friend that was an avid fisherman. And man, he knew where to go and what to use, and he would come home with an ice chest full of fish. That was the whole point of him going. Okay, how did he do that? Because he knew where those fish were. And your fish is people on the internet that need something, and they want to pay money to get it. So what you have to do is find what those people are looking for. Once you find what they're looking for, you do the same thing like with fishing. You find what they want and you give it to them. Simple as that. That is a formula that you can't go wrong with. Find what they want and give it to them. You provide that, you make money. Now, in this case, when we do our research, what we're trying to find is things that people are looking for so that we can set up a site based around that. And then, not so much so that we can sell it, okay? Not so much that we can sell products and stuff, but so that we can sell that site and the people that are looking for it know it's in a hot market. So after we do our niche research, we're going to do some keyword research. We've got to find out, number one, that there are people looking for this thing, okay? And if you use the tools that I'm going to mention to you in the niche research, that's going to be stuff that people are looking for because that's how it comes up. I'm going to show you how to find really strong niches that people want, lots of people. But in our keyword research, we want to make sure that, yes, a lot of people are searching for it, and two, we want to try to find out if people are willing to pay money for advertising with those keywords. We want keywords that people are buying so that we can see, yes, this is a profitable niche. There are some niches that are really, popular, but it's hard to make money at them. We don't want that. We want something where people are showing that, hey, I'm making money at this because I'm spending money on advertising. Now, for the most part, most of the people out there that you're going to see that do site flipping, they're going to go directly from this to building a website, and they're going to throw up some AdSense on it. Maybe they'll even throw up some affiliate products, things like that. And then people buy that site, and they just have to change their links, their affiliate links and stuff like that. But the deal is, we're going to do something a little bit different. What we're going to do is going to totally set us apart from everybody else out there. Instead of throwing AdSense on our site, instead of throwing affiliate products, we're going to go out and buy a PLR product. Now, you may or may not know what PLR is, okay? I will be going over this in great detail in that section, so I don't want to mention too much now. But a PLR product is a product that you have the rights, you're essentially purchasing the rights to own the product and sell it to others. Okay, that's just kind of the Reader's Digest condensed version of the whole PLR thing. Again, much more detail later. The secret, though, to being successful with this is you don't take that PLR product and just throw it on a site and bam, you're done. You rebrand the product. You make it truly your own by customizing it. And I'm going to show you how this is done. And the beauty of this is that if you go out and you get the right PLR products, it comes with a website already there. It comes with everything you need. Ideally, what happens is people buy a PLR product, and in their mind, ideally what happens is they can take it directly as is, maybe change their name in it, update their pay link, and they can upload it to their website, and bam, they're done. Instant website. It's got good graphics, it's got content, everything. But the secret with being successful at PLR is rebranding it. That way nobody else has it. Because with regular PLR, 1,000 people buy that product, and maybe you got 50 of them end up actually selling it. So there's a lot of competitors selling the exact same thing. How do you distinguish yourself? By rebranding it, new title, new everything. Customize the graphics a little bit so that people can't tell that that's the same thing. You're the only one that has it. With 50 people selling the same product, you got a lot of price gouging going on in there, right? They see 49 other people selling it for $59, so they say, "Oh, I'll sell for 49." Pretty soon somebody else sees that, and they say, "I'll sell for 39." Somebody else sees that, and it ends up $7, and you can buy this right now. Totally devalues it. But if you're the one that has, your title's totally different, and you're selling it for $67, people are going to see that. They're going to go, "Hey, this is a different product. It's more expensive. It's probably got more value to it. I'll buy that one instead." Happens all the time. And that is the secret to successful PLR products, and I'll go into more detail about that later. Then you build your website, and this is going to take, not a whole lot of time, not a whole lot of work. What I actually recommend that you do is some type of integrated blog type thing. Some PLR products you can get like a generic template, a header that you can use, set up a WordPress blog, and you can do it that way. With some, it might be a sales page, and then you add a blog onto it. But either way, what you're going to want to be doing is integrating a blog with it. And I will show you what it is that I do, in different situations to make that happen. Because you want to be able to write content. We've got to be able to put stuff on there so that people are like, "Wow, here it is, bam." And you want the search engines to be attracted to you, and you do that with content. You set up a sales page, and that's it. Search engines don't like that. They're going to be like, "Wow, mini site, whoop-de-doo." But you start adding a bunch of content, and they're like, "Okay, I got you. This is cool." And by the way, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Like, let's say that you get a PLR product that does not have graphics. It doesn't have a website. You can set up your whole, your website as just a blog, and I'll show you even how to set it up where the front page is a static page. That can be your sales letter, and then the blog is kind of an add-on type of thing. It's pretty cool, actually. So you set that up. You get everything working. When at the phase of building a website, there's a whole lot involved. Okay, this is where you would make sure that your buy buttons are working, and if you got to set up PayPal or whatever, that's all going to be done through there. Okay, and then we put that website on Flippa.com. We set it up to sell as an auction. And what happens next? Simple. Rinse and repeat. All you do is, if you've got, and there's a couple ways that you can do it. Actually, if it's a real hot niche, you might want to let that website age for a little bit and just keep adding content every week. Write another article or something. But if you're going to build it and then turn around and sell it right away, that's totally cool. You can make really good bucks for that because, like I said, people are looking for instant turnkey done already. But what you do is when you post it for the auction, just go right back and start on the next one. And hopefully you can get another one ready to go before that auction is even over. That's right. All right, in the next video, we're going to start at the beginning here with hot niche research, and I'm going to show you some tools that you can use to find some killer niches, and we'll even do a little bit of hands-on where I will use them, and I'll kind of just show you around the sites and show you things that you can find, and that'll be in the next video. One of probably the most popular questions that I ever get is about finding hot niches, and fortunately it's actually a very simple thing to do. You've just got to go out there and see what kind of content is there and find out what people are searching for. And it's actually very easy to do. There's lots of tools available for you. When you find a hot niche, then that's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So that's why devoting a little bit of time to this, initially is such an important thing. It doesn't take any more work to create a website based around a hot niche than it does to create a website based around a dead niche that nobody's interested in. So you might as well do a little bit of research and do it right the first time so you maximize the value of your site and how much you're going to be able to make off of it. Now, first thing we'll take a look at is about.com. One thing that you can do there that's pretty cool is use the sitemap just to see what kinds of things are being written about at about.com. So let's go ahead and hop over to our browser and we'll take a look. Okay, so here we are at about.com. And you can see kind of nice here, actually. They got their topics that you can check out. So tons of different categories. If they've got a category here, it's hot. I mean, that's the way it is. All right, let's go to G. Golf, gourmet food, guitar. Okay, I happen to know all of these niches, graphics software, graphics design. All of these are hot niches. Health, losing weight, relationships. I don't know if that would be under here. No, I don't see that. But you get the idea. Anything that's in here, it's hot. What you can do, though, scroll down to the bottom and click on Sitemap. What you get here, I mean, this is so cool. Look at this. Tons and tons and tons of niches. Okay, so what's really nice is, if you don't know of anything you'd want to get into, you can't think of anything off the top of your head, just come here. I mean, bam, that's it. Weight loss pages. That's where the weight loss stuff is at. And look at that, all this content that they've got here. Why do you think they have all this content? Because it's a totally hot niche. That's why. Tennis pages, hot niche. Okay, look at the pages and pages and pages of content here. So, and that's what you're going to find with any of these. They don't make a category for stuff that they're not going to put a whole bunch of content in there about. Okay, camping. Check this out. Bam, it's going to go on and on and on. This is bigger than the tennis list. Look at this. I'm not even a third of the way through. All these articles. Wow. That is a huge niche. So these are tons of ideas for you. Okay, just, if you don't have any hobbies and you really don't care what you do, just start at the top of the list and work your way down. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just go for it. Okay, so that is about.com, and we can use that to get some niche ideas. Let's head back to the presentation and look at some other options. We can also check out Alexa.com and look at their top 500 sites. Why would we want to go to Alexa? What is Alexa? Maybe you don't know. Alexa is a site that basically does research on other websites and ranks them. So how popular the site is. So if you look at a top 500, those are sites that like everybody's going to, right? So if you look at the top 500 sites, you're going to get some niche ideas, some things that people are totally interested in. Let's take a look. Here is Alexa.com. And again, it's pretty neat what they do. Like if I type in YouTube and I click search, what you're going to get is a whole bunch of stats on YouTube. Their traffic rank, number 3. I mean, out of all the websites in the world, YouTube gets the 3rd greatest amount of traffic. Imagine that. How many sites are linking in? 709,000. It's phenomenal, right? Okay, so here we go down to top sites. And let's click on more. And this is the top 500 sites on the entire internet. Google, Facebook, YouTube, we know these, right? Yahoo, these are search engines. Let's keep going. Twitter, social networking there. Amazon, right? LinkedIn, WordPress. These are all, internet marketing related so far. Microsoft, eBay. eBay is like I don't care about what they say about Google. eBay is the biggest search engine. Flickr. And, basically what you do is you just go through all of these and look for products. A lot of this stuff is going to, or niches, I should say, a lot of this is going to be social media type stuff. A lot of it is going to be technology-based businesses, things like that. So you do have to kind of wade through it. But this allows you to see, what is it people are interested in? What are they looking for? All right, let's head back to our slideshow. And this next one is, I tell you what, one of my favorites, Amazon. Amazon is literally a stockpile of hot niches. All you got to do is go there and you will find something to get involved in. Even if when I go there, I get like information overload. I get like ideas coming into my mind that I have to totally control myself because so much stuff there. Let's check it out. Now, here we have Amazon, and seriously, I use this for all kinds of research. If I'm going to maybe create a product or I want to get into a niche for flipping, whatever it is, Amazon is the go-to website for finding out what people are into. If we go over to books, believe me, all this stuff here you can get distracted. Go over to books and click books. And we've got here more spring new releases, so you can find out what's coming out, what's new. Over here on the left, this right here, this is worth its weight in gold. I kid you not. New York Times bestseller, best books of 2010, award winners, all these different categories. Again, if they've got a category here, it's a hot niche to be in. All of these, you can just check them out. They've got some stuff on, you can check out the Kindle bestsellers, best-selling books, new releases in books. Let's check out hot new releases in books, okay? And what you will have here, of course, a lot of these are novels, but just scroll through here and find out what is it that people are interested in. Baseball. Weight loss is always something. There will always be a weight loss, new weight, some kind of diet, something released. That's because that is like big time popular deal. Again, lots of novels. Here is a slow cooker revolution, right? Just go through this list, get some killer ideas. And what I love about it, look at it says, hot new releases, right? What I love about it is this is going to constantly be updating. If you go and set up a site based on a niche and get everything running and list it, by the time you're done with it, come back here and there'll be new stuff. Something else that you can start on. Okay, but again, just go to books and look at these categories. Outdoors and nature. And a lot of times you'll get categories and then you'll get subcategories. Look over here. Now we're doing bird watching, conservation, hunting, nature writing, all these different things. So you can get very, very specific and laser targeted if you want. Okay, excellent tool. Amazon.com. Use it, folks. Let's take a look at our presentation. We'll look at the next option. I mentioned earlier that eBay is really the biggest search engine on the internet. That's because it does more searches than Google does. Somebody comes on eBay and they do a bazillion searches. Plus, there's other websites that are working with the eBay search engine. All over the internet, people are looking for stuff. It's just phenomenal. So what eBay came up with was this thing called the eBay Pulse. And that just lets you know, what are people looking for? It's a place for you to go and find out what people are going to eBay and looking for. Why? Well, so that you can sell it. If you have whatever they're looking for, then sell it. That's kind of primarily what they do it for. But if you can see that people are looking for this, it's a hot niche. It's a hot niche idea. And if you can set up a site that caters to that, then it's a good deal. It's golden. Okay, let's take a look. Now, I will tell you this. I have been doing this using eBay Pulse for, let's say, 2 years at least. And in those 2 years, almost the same things are always in this top 10. Just so you know, these are always wicked hot niches. Okay, always. But you can check on them. You can click, and these are keywords. These are things that people are searching for. So if you want ideas of super hot stuff, it's in there. Now they tell you here, it's a daily snapshot of current trends. So what you will find is on any given day, some of these items here could be replaced. Because if something happens that maybe there's a new movie released, or there's a game that is aired that makes a team real popular or something, on any given day, something could pop in here and push something else down. But for the most part, these guys right here are pretty rock solid. Okay, PlayStation, Xbox, Wii is not on here right now, but I've seen it on here a lot. iPod stuff's been on here. iPhone's been on here ever since they made the iPhone. So, and these Coach handbags, I don't get this, but those handbags are always on there. I kid you not. All right, so these are hot picks. Check them out. Again, good niche ideas. Let's get back to our presentation. Now, as if what we have talked about so far is not enough, because trust me, folks, you will have more ideas than you can shake a stick at just coming up to the eBay Pulse. But I'm going to mention another one. Magazines.com. And the reason that I mentioned this is because you don't have to go there necessarily, okay? It's a great place to go, but it's basically a list of magazines. It's like a directory, so you can sign up and subscribe to these magazines. But the main reason that I want to mention this is because if you see a magazine and it's something that interests you, you know right away, this is my 30-second litmus test, it is a popular niche, because you do not start a magazine company, a publication, without a huge surplus of interested users. Okay, there's a lot of work involved. There's a lot of personnel that has to be put into place. Getting a magazine going is tough. So it's only done in niches that there's a big demand, so that advertisers are going to be excited about using that magazine to advertise. Okay, and that should make a lot of sense to you. If they've got a magazine for it, then it's a hot niche. So, all right, up next, buzz.yahoo.com. Isn't that cool? It's going to show you trendy searches on Yahoo, as in what all of a sudden are people looking for. And that's pretty cool, because you can tell if, there's a direction that things are going, right? You can stay up on the game. Let's check it out. Here we are at buzz.yahoo.com. Buzz, as in what are people checking out? Kobe Bryant. New movie coming out. Hijacked America. Oh, somebody got shot. That's terrible. Refinancing bad credit. Hot niche. Very hot niche. Some politics stuff. John Deere construction vehicles. Hey, maybe that's something getting pretty exciting. So anyhow, we've got 1 through 15 of 41. I'll just check out the next page, and then we will move on. But you can see just what kinds of things people are looking for. And sometimes something might come up here that just catches your eye and gets you excited, and you know that there's going to be a lot of searches on it. And when there's a lot of searches on something, let's say that a trend starts, right? And people are looking for something quite a bit. If you check this out and you stay on top of it and you catch that trend early and you set up a website with the appropriate keywords and content, Google's going to love you. Search engines are going to adore you. Okay, so that is basically it for the hot niche research that we need to do. And again, trust me, with these tools, you will have no shortage whatsoever of hot niches that you can get in. And you can know, if you found something with these tools, it's going to be a hot niche. Absolutely. All right, up next, we're going to start with our keyword research. I'm going to go over some tools that you're going to be using and the kinds of things that we're looking for.